Hello, I'm Howard, and I've been a little depressed lately, so I'm fairly low energy, but I thought it would be nice, hopefully it will be nice to repot a plant. Maybe get a little joy out of making something look nicer. So I keep walking by this, which is one of my original specimen Faulisi's, and it really needs a repot. It's in subpar mix, and it's in a pot that's a bit too big. So we're gonna put it in a slightly smaller pot in a better mix. I'm gonna throw away those tags and give us some fresh new tags. Write these, I know. Today is the 12th already. And then it's a red tag because to us, that means it's not for sale. Been growing this plant for almost 10 years at this point, and it's been a pillar of our business. And as you probably noticed, this flower here is fading, so we're just going to cut it off. I want to do experiments on Pinguicula deadheading. Does cutting off a flower promote new flower growth? Also, I'm holding my finger on here. It's something that I've just been doing kind of without thinking that much, but I just cut open the plant. So this is like a little wound. So it's like you're holding that, like, yeah, just, in my mind, it like helps it callus, or I don't know, but I'm probably just shoving my finger oils and bacteria into the plant tissue. So I don't know. I want to learn more about that. Why did I start doing that, where I cut the flower stalk and then hold my finger to like help it heal? I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I don't have most of the answers. All right, I'm gonna start. So, really, I could probably just lift this off. Yeah, yep. It's not super rooted in. I'm going to set you here. The tag that I tossed, that I threw away a minute ago, that said that this was specifically a test with perlite and vermiculite. As you can see with how easily I lifted the plant out, it wasn't rooted in strongly at all. That indicates it wasn't happy in that mix. It didn't have strong roots down in there. What I think with this soil is that it was too wet. And I mostly blame the vermiculite. I used to defend vermiculite as an additive in ping mixes, but we don't use it anymore. It's not in any of our mixes at this time. It tends to break down and get sludgy and cause oversaturation. Where pings, to have really healthy roots, they want some aeration. So just a stagnant, saturated media like this plant should be bigger. And I'm excited to check in on it after a couple months of it being repotted down the line. Yeah, like this might look nice and big and healthy. It could be better. It should be, like, no offense to you. You are gorgeous. You didn't have the conditions you needed. I think minerals were lacking as well. So I'm going to dump this. All right, so now that I have dumped that, let's clean this up. So I'm basically just turning this upside down and pulling away at this skirt of dead leaves, while simultaneously kind of teasing away at soil here. So yeah, this plant does have some good looking roots. It wants to put them down in the media. Media was just subpar. Okay, so yeah, I have the plant flipped upside down in my hands. Right here, be careful on aged plants. There is a kind of stem or stalk that develops. That's that. I'm gonna try to pull away dead leaves. I'm also shaky. Yeah, if you're careful, for the most part, you can just pull the dead leaves away. But if there's resistance, scissors might be best. I don't like leaving dead tissue underneath the plant. It's just a playground for mold and other things that I just don't necessarily want around the crown and base of the plant. Another useful trick is to hold on to other dead leaves while you pull at other dead leaves. Don't hold on to something that you want the plant to keep, like the flower. Hold on to more dead stuff. Just pull dead stuff away from dead stuff, and it'll help you clean up the plant. Yeah, look at those. Oh, hold on. Okay, I need to get my shaking under control. Yeah, nice white roots. Stem here. I think this was very overdue for a repot, and I'm glad to finally be getting to it. All right, so I'm going to set this to the side. We're going to clean up this space. Vermiculite mix. All right. So now let's prep the pot that it's going to go into. This is a 3.5 inch Anderson pot, I believe. It's a McConkey. Sorry, McConkey. So if you've bought our soil mix, so let's say it's our lime mix specifically, because this is our lime mix with an added secret ingredient that I will divulge. It's Kitty.
Hi, Farrah. Where's Kitty? I'm so good. Wow. I gotta keep filming, I'm sorry. Bye, Farrah.
I'm putting in our preferred drainage layer, which is some slightly chunky pumice that has been rinsed. It does come out of some of the holes in the bottom, which is a little frustrating. I wish I could find slightly larger pumice. This is our lime mix with an added secret ingredient that I've been experimenting with. I will divulge it when I am comfortable with the results. But as you can see, I'm putting one of my original specimen Faulisi's in with it. So at this point, I'm getting pretty confident. I think it's a good addition to the mix. While adding the first couple bits of this, I do like to pack it down. That helps hold the drainage layer in, keep it from shifting around. And then here, I'm adding it a bit looser, a bit more loosely. Got a bit left over. And then here is just our typical mix. And what I'm doing is sandwiching the layer with the nutrients between the typical mix and the drainage layer, so that the minerals are there, but the plant isn't in direct contact with it. It can send down roots, or the minerals can leach up closer to it. But it does seem like with nutrient mixes, it can backfire if the plant is just sat right in it. It can. So I like the sandwich. It's my own personal preference. You don't have to do it. All right, so putting in fresh tags. Oh, I need to note what this is in. I'm not gonna include this part because then you'll know what the additive is. In the tags. Cover up my secret note, sort of. Not really. Not really. Why I'm not a spy. I wouldn't be a good spy. The inner child in me still wishes I could be a spy. All right, and with that, pretty much the last thing to do is pretty much, yeah, I pretty much just set it on there. it will root its way in. A little anticlimactic, no? I just set it on there. We're gonna give it a little extra just to give it a little more, but that is it. It is repotted. I hope it likes the new mix. I hope it likes the new pot. It was in a pretty spacious pot and I did downgrade it, but it really does seem like the plants like to just grow around and over and cling on to things. I might even push the tag further down in the pot and just let it cascade over without any sort of little obstruction getting in the way. Though, having that tag there and the leaves kind of going up and sometimes over it, it is an opportunity for air to get in. And air isn't a bad thing. Things can get really stagnant underneath these plants sometimes. So, I don't know, food for thought. This does look really nice. It did help me feel better to repot this and get rid of some old mix and pot that was inefficient for our space constraints. So yeah, very excited to see this grow in. Yeah, that's this plant repotted. I hope that this wasn't too low energy. I mean, they're typically low energy, but lower energy. I do want these videos to also be a bit more honest. Like, it's hard not to wear a mask and be performative, and we want you to think that our business is successful and perfect, but it isn't. Like, it's still growing, and it's imperfect, and both myself and Beastie have good days and bad days. And unfortunately, at least for me, so far this month has just been rough. So yeah, it's not fun, but it's manageable at this point, I think. Depression and other mental health problems are not fun. So if you are depressed, I hope that it gets better soon. It was really satisfying to repot this. It was a nice little distraction, and I'm really excited to have this out of very subpar experimental media and have it in something that is also experimental, but so far proven to be much, much better. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope to see you in the next video. Adios. This back under lights.
Goodness. We need to vacuum.
Keep recording. This is already 2.5 minutes? Man. Okay. And it's probably not going to get very many views because I am... I'm aimless with this video. I apologize to the editor, Howard. I'm gonna start over. I haven't brushed my teeth. I hope you can't tell. Start over. But this is one of my oldest and dearest plants. If the house was on fire, this plant would definitely cross my mind in the list of things that I shouldn't be grabbing, but probably would. Yeah. Yeah, that's this plant repotted. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope I wasn't too... Bird just flew by.
Farrah, I really need to film. She really wants attention. Whoa. What are you doing? What are you doing, Farrah? Oh, yeah, attacking the tripod. Oh, yeah. So cute.
She really doesn't want me to.
Farrah, are you gonna be my filming buddy?
Settled in the tripod. It's one of her favorite places. It's under the tripods. So she might be upset that I actually moved them. Oh. She seems content now.
Okay, filming buddy, I'm gonna try to commence.